Okay, this little video is going to be about why I like carrying a hammer-fired pistol and not something like a Glock, a striker-fired. And there's various reasons. One is just simply that I like hammer-fired guns. I'm kind of a traditionalist. I carry a PX4 Storm, the compact carry, the Langdon tactical one. Um, for me, I like the double action, single action feel of a trigger. It tends to be smoother, even though the PX4 Storm is a um, uh, plastic lower receiver. I just like the way it feels. I like the way it shoots when you squeeze the trigger. I like that. Two is I like Glocks, and I've carried Glocks a lot. I've carried some other strikers too. But one thing I don't like about striker fired guns is reputation of some of the other pistols, like the SIG P320. And you can say all you want about the SIG P320 being safe and all this, but I've seen the videos where people have hit it with a hammer, on the back of it, and it went off. Yeah, that was supposedly fixed, and then we found out it wasn't fixed, and then it is now, and components got replaced. I don't trust anything like that comes out of the box screwed up like that. I do not trust SIG, and I've owned other SIGs before, and I've had problems. I had a P226, one of a newer one, not an old stamped one, and had problems galore with it. Had a 229 one time, had problems. I had the 229 SAS. I ended up trading it off because they discontinued it. I do regret getting rid of that one. That one was really good. The 365 had issues coming out of the gate, and SIG just tries to hide that kind of stuff and denies it, even though there's tons of things going on. I don't believe all cops are lying about the gun going off in the holster, especially when you see videos that are pretty good at video, pretty good evidence. Um, a Glock I know is different, and it's very safe. It's not. It's got that little trigger on the trigger, but something about putting a I carry appendix. Something about putting a striker fired pistol aimed right there with a spring holding a trigger or holding a striker back. Even though I know I've researched the hell out of the Glocks and the safety mechanisms because I tried to justify it to myself, and I do believe they're safe. I have no doubts about that. I truly do believe the Glocks are the exception to the rule, if any. And but it's psychological for me. I can't get over that that feeling of having that part held back by a little spring. Um, I just can't. Um, and I like the PX4 Storm compact carry. I shoot it well. I love it. Uh, that thing has been an excellent pistol, and it carries really well for me. I'm a big guy, 6'4", 230 pounds. Uh, I'm a big dude, broad shouldered, etc., and I can carry that gun well. It is a chunky little girl, but she's easy to carry for me. Now, if you're real slender, you don't have any meat on your bones, maybe not. I don't know, but for me, it is. And it shoots incredibly accurate. It's the barrel is less than 4 inches, but still shoots unbelievably well. And like I said, I love a, hammer fired gun, and it has a good capacity, so that's why I don't go with the revolver, no capacity. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any others, but yeah, I have nothing whatsoever against Glocks. I love Glocks. I think Glocks are just one of the ultimate pistols out there. Unbelievably great. You can take it apart completely beyond field stripping and clean it and everything and put your own parts in. I will not do that with a PX4 Storm. Now, if you're asking why the PX4 Storm and not a CZ, I've owned CZs before, and I do not trust them. I've had pins. I had 2 that had pin issues where the hammer was hitting the pin in dry firing, and I went to the range one day and the gun would not fire. There was no indications beforehand, nothing like that. And I took it apart. The pin was dented in. Just had to order a bag of little pins, solid pins, and put them in instead of the roll pin. Now, no big deal. It was a couple bucks, no big deal. The problem was, if that part is that cheap on a CZ, such a recognized gun, what other parts are cheap? I trust Beretta, and I've owned 92 series Berettas, several, and carried them. Never had any issues like that, and I do use dummy rounds, etc. Since that happened, even with my Berettas, but that irked me with. I never found any issues like that about the roll pins with any of the other hammer guns, just CZs. And there's a couple out there if you want to dig them up on YouTube. But anyway, that's why. Nothing against Glocks. Glocks are awesome. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be safe.